You feel it before the meeting even starts. That knot in your stomach, the dread. You know exactly who's going to say something cutting, who's going to criticize you unfairly, who's going to drain every ounce of your energy. That one colleague, that family member, that boss, the person who makes you anxious just thinking about them. Now imagine this. Your difficult person isn't just annoying. They're the most powerful man in the world. They're paranoid, violent, unpredictable. They've murdered their own mother. They eventually will send soldiers to your house with orders for you to end your own life. This was the daily reality for a Roman philosopher named Seneca. He was forced to serve as advisor and speechwriter to Emperor Nero, one of the most infamous tyrants in history. Seneca wasn't just managing a tough workplace. He was navigating a psychological war zone where one wrong word, one wrong glance could be a death sentence. And yet, in this pressure cooker of toxicity, he didn't just survive. He thrived. He wrote some of his most profound works on peace, resilience, and inner strength while working for a literal psychopath. His strategies, written in letters to his friend Lucilius, are a battle-tested playbook for protecting your mind from toxic people. Whether it's a tyrant, a terrible boss, a manipulative family member, or a draining colleague. I'm going to give you Seneca's 4 rules of psychological self-defense, 4 techniques he used daily to maintain his sanity and peace while serving a madman. Stay until the end because the 4th rule is the most powerful. It's the ultimate mental fortress that no toxic person can ever breach. My name is Mind Armor, and this is how a Stoic philosopher outsmarted a tyrant. Let me start by explaining who these 2 men were, because this story is extraordinary. Seneca was a philosopher, writer, and statesman, brilliant mind, wealthy, influential, and trapped serving the worst boss imaginable. Nero became emperor at 17. At first, under Seneca's guidance, he seemed promising, but power corrupted him completely. He became paranoid, violent, sadistic. He murdered his own mother, his wife, countless senators and rivals. He eventually burned down half of Rome and blamed it on Christians. And Seneca? He was his advisor, his speechwriter, his tutor. He couldn't quit. He couldn't escape. Leaving would be seen as betrayal. Betrayal meant death. So Seneca did something remarkable. He developed psychological strategies to survive daily interactions with a toxic, dangerous person while maintaining his own peace and sanity. And he wrote these strategies down, in letters, in essays, sharing them with others facing their own difficult people. These aren't abstract philosophies. These are field-tested techniques from someone whose life literally depended on maintaining psychological equilibrium. Let me give you his 4 rules. Rule 1, the preemptive strike. Here's what destroys most people in toxic relationships. Surprise. We get hurt because we expect rationality, fairness, kindness. We think this time will be different. This time they'll be reasonable. And when they're not, we're shocked, wounded, emotionally hijacked. Seneca's first rule eliminates surprise. Before every interaction with Nero, he would mentally prepare. He called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Here's how it works. Before you enter a room, virtual or physical, with a difficult person, consciously prepare yourself. Say in your mind, based on their established character, this person is likely to be dismissive, critical, or selfish. They will act according to their flaws, not my hopes. You're not hoping they'll be different. You're expecting them to be exactly who they've always been. Seneca wrote, "We are often wounded because we are surprised." When you remove surprise, you remove half the weapon's power. When the insult comes, when the criticism comes, when the toxic behavior comes, you're not shocked. You're prepared. You absorb the impact instead of being destroyed. This isn't pessimism. This is armor. strategic pessimism that protects your peace. Comment below right now. Who's the toxic person you need to use this rule with? Just their role, not their name. Boss, family member, coworker? Let me know.
Rule 2. The diagnosis of brokenness. Here's what Seneca understood that most people miss. Toxic behavior is never about you. Never. It's always a symptom of internal sickness, a confession of pain, insecurity, or ignorance. When Nero raged, when he criticized unfairly, when he acted cruelly, Seneca didn't take it personally. He made a diagnosis. He saw a sick man, a broken man, a man suffering from his own character flaws. Seneca wrote, "The man who injures you is weaker than you. Their behavior is a display of their weakness, not a verdict on your worth." Here's how you use this rule. When someone acts poorly toward you, reframe your internal narrative instantly. Instead of thinking, "How dare they treat me this way? I can't believe they said that. This is so unfair." Think, what profound unhappiness must they be in to act this way? What pain are they carrying? What insecurity is driving this behavior? You're shifting from victim to analyst, from taking offense to making a diagnosis. And here's the powerful part. It's incredibly difficult to be wounded by someone you genuinely pity. Pity creates psychological distance. They transform from a powerful adversary who can hurt you into a tragic figure, a patient sick with the disease of their own character. Your anger, which drains you, melts into detached compassion, which protects you. This doesn't mean you accept abuse. You still set boundaries. You still protect yourself. But you do it from a place of clarity, not rage, from strength, not victimhood. Try this. Think of the last toxic thing someone said to you. Now ask, what weakness in them caused that? What pain? What insecurity? Can you see it differently now? Rule 3. The immunity test. This is Seneca's most urgent warning. The greatest danger from toxic people isn't the initial injury, it's the risk of catching their disease. The gossiper will try to make you gossip. The cynic will try to make you cynical. The angry person will try to make you angry. The manipulator will try to make you manipulative.
Because when real panic hits, when your mind is screaming and your heart is pounding and everything feels like it's falling apart, you won't have time to figure out what to do. You need this sequence to be automatic. Muscle memory for your mind. The Stoics practiced daily. They built their mental armor before they needed it. So when crises came, they were ready. They had trained for this. You need the same preparation. Practice this drill. Make it yours. So when the tsunami of panic hits, you have a lifeline. You have a protocol. You have a way back to yourself. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Your panic is imagination running wild. This protocol brings you back to reality, to what's actually happening, to what you can actually control, to actions you can actually take. You cannot stop the waves of life, but you can absolutely learn to surf them. This protocol is your board. Right now, commit. Comment below, "I have my lifeline." Make it real. Share this video with someone who struggles with panic, someone who needs this protocol. Be the person who gives them a way out. Subscribe to Mind Armor for more practical Stoic tools. Because this is just one technique. There's an entire system for building unshakable mental strength. 3 phases, 60 seconds. Anchor, zoom out, convert. That's your emergency protocol. That's your lifeline. That's how you surf panic instead of drowning in it. Practice it. Trust it. Use it. It works. I'll see you in the next video. Stay prepared, stay practiced, stay strong.